against a tough veteran champion who knew how to come in and make Floyd Mayweather fight his fight. Who will the judges choose in this rousing battle in Las Vegas?
The way it's supposed to be. I thought Castillo retained his title.
It looked to me like he did enough in the 10th, 11th, and 12th rounds. If the fight was hanging in the balance, Castillo remained the aggressor down the stretch.
Harold Letterman, great.
Chip, I agree with you 100%. In the championship rounds, 10, 11, and 12, Jose Luis Castillo just took control of the fight. 115, 111, 7-4, 1 even, Jose Luis Castillo.
Once again, the judges are Anna Kongtongkam from Thailand, John Keane from England, Jerry Roth of Las Vegas, who is regarded as a judge who favors the aggressor. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official results.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, we go to the Budweiser scorecards. John Kane and Jerry Roth both have it 115 to 111. Anik Hongtongkam scores it 116 to 111 for the winner by unanimous decision and new lightweight champion of the world, the undefeated pretty boy, Floyd Mayweather.
Final CompuBox numbers, and these numbers will dispute the outcome of the fight. Castillo, by CompuBox numbers, landing 46 more punches, throwing 58 more punches, landing at a higher connect percentage rate. Power punches, more big advantages coming for Castillo, landing 107 more power punches, throwing 226, or check it, yes, 226 more power punches and landing at a higher connect percentage rate. The only category in which Mayweather would have had a statistical CompuBox advantage would have been in the jab category, but that was not the nature of the fight that was fought here.
Touch love, have a good clean fight. Let's touch him.
And there comes the Foreman jab, which was so evident in his conquest of Savage.
He uses speed.
This really shows you what a specific art boxing is.
Talks about himself. Easy if you have a jab. Oh,
Foreman attempting only 21 points.
Period. In my case, I think it's a good offense.
And he taught you well.
Doesn't have any more movement.
Oh.
Which jab did you like the best? As he can choose his opponents this carefully. Look at Shannon Briggs' nose.
116, 112, 8 rounds to 4, George Foreman.
And new linear heavyweight champion of the world, Shannon Briggs.
Norton doesn't want him to steal this fight the way he did the other in the 15th round. He's all over him. Chasing him.
Now he tags Ali with a hard right. Goes back to the body of Ali. Look at the crowd over there. Ali's side.
Norton says, hey, he's shouting at him. Norton's shouting at him. Slayton picks him up. I think Norton has won this fight. I'll be very surprised if Norton has not won this fight.
Well, everybody's jumping and running here, Dick. And I'm going to try to get up here in the ring now with Warren and see just what's going to happen.
Gentlemen, let me...
This is a very close fight. And now we wait for Jack Lee.
Decision. Judge Manny Smith scores the fight. 8 rounds Ali, 7 Norton.
8 rounds Ali, 7 rounds Norton.
Judge Harold Letterman scores the fight. 8 rounds Ali, 7 rounds.
8 rounds Ali, And it's a very close fight. This was a...
Scores the fight. 8 rounds, Ali. 6 rounds, Norton. 1 even.
And now Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is the winner. And still the heavyweight champion. And now all of the noise is broken out here.
The crowd is booing the fight, the decision.
All the noise is broken out here. Ali is on the other side.
This is the scene at the end of what I can only describe as a shameful night for boxing here in Yankee Stadium, New York. How can a man like Ken Norton do so much, fight so well, outbox his man, do most of the work for most of the time, and then have to leave the ring being declared a loser? I know all 3 officials made Ali a narrow winner. I cannot agree with that, and I don't think that many thousands of people here in Yankee Stadium can possibly agree with that. I will not hesitate in saying that I find it absolutely shameful, and Muhammad Ali tonight does not really deserve still to be the heavyweight champion of the world. Only one man deserves that, and his name is Ken Norton, and I feel sorry for him. And now good night from Yankee Stadium in New York City.
Olympic boxing has a history of controversial decisions. One of the most infamous happened at the 1988 Seoul Olympics, where Roy Jones Jr. of the USA was robbed of the gold that was surely his.
You can only talk about, in terms of the worst decisions made in the Olympics, Roy Jones is right up there. From the very beginning of the fight, it was clear that Roy Jones was the superior boxer. Roy Jones just pummeled Park Si-hwan. It wasn't even close. The first round, pummel. Second round, pummel. Third round, same thing. It just wasn't close. Jones is almost toying with him now. He isn't even bothering to put up his guard. He's scored so many points. He's hit him twice, 3 times as many times. At this point, Park's only hope is to knock him out. Or so we all thought. I remember one of my colleagues at the end of the fight said, "This is a clear victory for Roy Jones, the American." And then, we cut to commercial, and he turned to me and said, "Well, there's no question about who's going to win that fight." He was like this. And, I said, I wouldn't be so sure. The judges are computing the scores, and I noticed one of the Korean volunteers kind of sneaking over where he shouldn't be, out of his area, until he got over the judge's shoulders. And he peeked over, and his face lit up. Now watch here. This guy has just looked over, and he found out Park is going to win. And you can hear the cheering, because the people in the stands are seeing Korean volunteers jumping up and down.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is on point 3-2 in the blue corner.
To let his hands go.
Big shoulder whip. Powerful
right hand by Delaware. Landing that jab through Trinidad, or when Delaware will try to dig his left with the right hand of his own. Jabbing back.
Get the best of it. You don't want it to turn in. Whenever Trinidad bows down a little bit.
10 out of 33. Harold had to create more distance between them. Hard right hand.
You see Oscar bounce. Respect for Trinidad. Don't start loading up.
Hits him with the right. Big round here for Oscar.
There's an old saying in boxing.
This is Trinidad. He's choosing. Stands and flurries with the left. Left hook to the fatal mistake.
Right there. He'll be out of it.
He can't.
A little inch and he's throwing at it.
Punch combination. Too big a word for what's happening here. As Trinidad's right hand begins to produce some swelling. Trinidad comes back with a straight right hand.
There's not an edifying moment, not what his fans have expected from him.
But he lands a big left hook there.
To just coast to a victory.
Tell me, do you think that Delaware has won the fight the way he's fought the last several rounds?
For the winner by majority decision, de Puerto Rico and the unified welterweight champion of the world.
Harold Letterman, what's your
final scorecard.
117, 111, 9 rounds to 3. Lennox Lewis. He pulled out 11 and 12 impressively. Holyfield only won 9, 10, and 3. No question, no doubt about it. Lennox Lewis wins the fight.
Lewis landing 218 more blows, more than doubling Holyfield's landed punch number, and nearly doubling his output. And Lewis landing at an astonishing 57%, including 51% of his jabs. If the judges see fit to ignore this kind of numerical dominance, you would wonder how.
Judge at ringside, Eugenia Williams scores about 115 to 113 in favor of Evander Holyfield. Judge at ringside, Stanley Christodoulou scores about 116 to 113 in favor of Lennox Lewis. Judge at ringside, Larry O'Connell scores about 115 to 115, even a draw. The decision is even a draw. Both champions retain their belts.
That's a travesty. That is, ladies and gentlemen, a travesty, an outrage, a highway robbery. Lennox Lewis has just been robbed of the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. He won it, and he didn't get it.
You know, first of all, it was a terrible decision. Anybody could see the fight, and I normally don't even complain, even the Thomas Hearn Sugar Ray Leonard #2 fight. But this fight is really what's hurting boxing. Every time we try to move boxing forward and make a great fight of some type like this kind of crap that comes on, well, that only won 3 rounds out of 4 at the most. But nevertheless, it's called a draw. This is what's killing boxing.
I feel ashamed tonight that we treated Lennox Lewis the way we did, because he gave it an all-out effort, but anytime Don King's involved, you can expect a draw to come from somewhere. Ask Pernell Whitaker about the Julio Cesar Chavez fight. You know something like that was in the air if he's here. I mean, that's just the way it goes. And that's the type of things that make you stray away from boxing. That's the type of things that has Roy Jones to where he doesn't want to stick around in boxing. You know, I fought a lot of times last year, but I worked hard each and every training camp to go in and be treated fair. If you come out and you ain't treated fair, you know, why should you do it? I mean, it's so corrupt already. Why keep on doing this? And then you got people that complain about stuff like rodeos and other things, other sports about stuff with animals, and we can't even get sports with humans right. I mean, it's totally unfair. I love Evander Holyfield. I thought Evander Holyfield gave it a very game effort, but you win some and you lose some. Roy Jones can lose if somebody ever beat me. I'm not saying nobody could ever beat me, but if you beat me, you beat me. If you don't beat me, then I'm upset. And tonight I'm upset because Lennox Lewis did not lose, and it was not a draw. You know, as simple as that.
At least in wrestling, you know going in what the deal is. Here, it is absolutely unbelievable.
Harold, how did your scorecard wind up? Okay, Jim, I got a 119, 109, 11 rounds to 1, Manny Pacquiao. I agree with the graphic, with the clip that shows that straight left hand landing over and over and over again. That was the determining factor in each and every round. He would hurt Bradley with that straight, vicious left hand. Bradley couldn't knock enough power shots to hurt Pacquiao more. 11 to 1, Manny Pacquiao.
Jerry Roth scores about 115, 113 for Pacquiao. CJ Ross scores it 115, 113 for Bradley. And Dwayne Ford scores it 115, 113 to the winner by split decision. And new WBO welterweight champion of the world, the Desert Storm, Timothy
we're blind. I think Harold Letterman is the best scorer alive, and I think that is a terrible, bogus decision.
I'm dumbfounded. I don't know what to say.
Harold Letterman.
Jim, you covered Dwayne Ford with glory. You talked about how he teaches the others how to score. He scored the fight for Timothy Bradley.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Manny Pacquiao was the aggressor all night. He walked him down, he set him up, and then he belted him with the left hand. I mean, you couldn't miss it. Timothy Bradley covering up, backing up, never really landed a solid shot that stopped Pacquiao in his tracks, never hurt him once. I mean, that decision was a crime. Without question, Manny Pacquiao won the fight.
What is happening to scoring in Las Vegas, Nevada?